Ranking Member, Ms. McCollum.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Secretary, you were very refreshing in your confirmation hearings with what the learning curve you were going to take on. You've been on the job for less than 2 months, and here you are without a full budget in front of us asking a lot of questions. But I'm going to, as a school teacher, I'm going to just press one more time for an answer for the question. We haven't had two-sub production, I've been told, since before COVID. So you've been out talking to people, looking at the shipyards, looking at workforce. You're doing your due diligence, but we will start marking up a budget in June. So do you have any idea of when maybe you can come before the committee and tell us when we can expect to get back to 2 subs a year? Because the budget, I mean, what kind of conversations are happening at the Pentagon about how we get back on track, and are they giving you all the flexibility to put this priority number 1 to move forward? The other problem we discussed is the backlog for maintenance in the shipyards. And you just mentioned with the Admiral 2 now, with what's happening with the hulls in the Ohio class, that's something else you're going to be bringing into the shipyard, and there's already backlog there. So I know you're putting all the pieces in the puzzle together. It's been 2 months. You're taking this extraordinarily seriously. I want to be fair and recognize that. But I have a job to do too, as long as with these committee members. Do you have any idea when you think you might be able to come back in front of the committee within the next month, 2 months, with any kind of a plan and anything we have to look at for the allocation of dollars to get you back on track?
Thank you for the question. I would tell you that we've been working very hard with the DepSec and SecDef on this issue. It's been a high priority for them, as it is for us. I think that we are trying to attack this problem from a number of different angles to try to figure it out and get a better idea. I'd like to believe that we should be able to come sit down with you hopefully within the next month or 2 months. Give me a little bit of decision space time because we're still trying to get this all put together. You know, a lot of what the companies will tell you is that we took people off of Virginia and put them on Columbia, which set them back on Virginia. I'm trying to understand this because I think part of the problem also is there are materials they're waiting on. They take workers and shift them from a Columbia to a Virginia, which does not make sense. That is something that does not happen in the Korean shipyards or the Japanese shipyards that I visited. I saw a fair amount of automation at the Korean shipyards that I've not seen in our yards that I think will help things in a big way. And that doesn't, you know, I just think that means less jobs. It actually doesn't. It just means different types of jobs because those machines still need to be watched and kept abreast and what they're doing. So it's a different type of training. As soon as I have an answer, I will come and sit down and give you the honest truth on what I think, what's the best we can do schedule-wise and what we think these are going to be and how quickly we can fix that problem. But it would be, I'm on day 50, so a little tough to give you that. I really do.
I appreciate that because, you know, the president has put forward all kinds of things, you know, top priorities, Sentinel, which is a huge boondoggle cost overrun that this committee's having to deal with, and the concept, as has been described in this hearing room, the concept of what Golden Dome's going to look like. For me, we've got a task in front of us that's not been completed, and for me, that's my first priority, my first mission. So I appreciate that. Along with that, the chairman and I had the opportunity to go to Australia last year with some other committee members. And do you think with the AUKUS that we're going to be able to meet our requirements that are included in that agreement? Is that part of the calculus on how we get back on track?
Hey, just maybe a little more, because I've been working this a little bit longer than the Secretary. So we have accepted money from Australia to get to the 0.33 part of 2.33, We have Australia workers at our Pearl Harbor Navy shipyard. We have maintained and done some availabilities in Sterling. I think those are all on plan for AUKUS Phase 1, and that's helpful to us. But to your point, man, we have to get to the 2 and then to get to the 2.33. So I think all that in conjunction with each other is what we're going to try to bring to bear, including the investments we supported by you, which we're appreciative of, on both SIB and MIB. I think are key to clutch in, and that dividend will make parts more available, and we'll be able to do our work faster. So it is, Phase 1 is on plan now, and we just need to watch it, because working with two countries, we've come across some things we didn't expect as far as bureaucratic roadblocks to getting workers in certain places. So I think we're on it, we're going to stay with it, and I think it's important for the whole effort.
Thank you. And then lastly, Mr. Chair, General Smith, we had an opportunity to talk just briefly about this, and the decision for the Army to cut the Joint Light Tactical Vehicle came as much as a surprise to you as it did to this committee. So if you could maybe share with some of the other members of the committee how you think these cuts could impact you both presently and in the future, and what happens with the cost per unit for these vehicles for your budget as you were getting ready to prepare it.
Yes, ma'am. The Marine Corps is fully committed to the JLTV program. It is our workhorse on the ground tactical vehicle fleet. It's a little bit too early to assess the impact of the Army stopping their version of the program, but per unit costs are clearly going to go up. The APUC, the average per unit cost, is going to go up when the orders go down, and that's going to negatively impact the Marine Corps' ability to fulfill its ground tactical vehicle mobility strategy, which has me concerned.
Well, when you have those numbers, we would appreciate receiving them. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,